200 reps.
I think it's the perfect time to be going through this program because I heard that you want to get into the best shape of your life, and that's great news because I do too. In today's video, I'm taking you through a day in my life of my 45-day challenge to lock in and hopefully get shredded for the new year. But you can follow this challenge anytime that you really want to reset and just focus on and prioritize your health and fitness. I wanted this challenge to be realistic during the busy season, and everything we'll talk about today is great for your physique, but will also help you to feel your best too. I have gotten into this bad habit around the end of the year where I kind of just give up and say I'll start again next year. But I honestly hate going into the new year feeling that way. And I've also just been in such a rut with my fitness goals lately and feeling so frustrated. I talked about this in depth in my last vlog, which I'll link up here in case you want to check it out, but I've been in a fat loss phase, but I just haven't seen any results. I feel so stuck mentally. It's been really hard for me to stay consistent, so I'm in my back on track era trying to rebuild healthy habits, tailor in my physique a little bit, and we're in this together. It's gonna be great. Let's get into the plan. As I always say, this doesn't mean things will go to plan, but having a plan is still important. And trust me, I will make a plan all day long. Following the plan is a little bit less fun for me, but making the plan is peak. My biggest piece of advice here is to focus. Focusing on a single goal is so much better than trying to do too many things at once. The next couple months of the year are very busy, so I feel like now more than ever we really do need to be realistic. I usually prefer to set way too many goals and end up achieving nothing because I spread myself too thin. So this time we're gonna try something different. That said, let's get into the plan and the actual daily habits and goals I'm setting for myself for the next 45 days. This is something you could copy and paste, but you could also just pull the things that make sense for you. First up is nutrition. So I think this is the section of the plan where it really makes the most sense to personalize to your goals, whether you want to eat more protein, eat whole foods, gain muscle, lose fat. Maybe you want to do a reverse diet. I'm personally going to be in a calorie deficit because I did regain a little bit of fat this year, unfortunately, that I wasn't intending to. Is that super disappointing? Yes. Did I swear up and down last year after ending my fat loss journey that I would not regain this weight? Yes. You know, it's okay. We're all doing the best we can. It is what it is, and I am in a fat loss phase again. So the way I'm kind of supporting that goal is daily calorie tracking. It's just the method of fat loss that works best for me personally, even though it is super annoying. I have a daily target to hit my deficit calories. I'm also going for a little bit higher protein and fiber than usual just because that helps keep me fuller for longer during fat loss. I usually go for about 30 grams of fiber and 100 grams of protein. I also want to take my supplements daily. That is an easy win, but it's something that I've gotten really bad at lately. In terms of fitness, I want to do a daily walk for the next 45 days. Even if my walk is like 2 minutes long around the block, I need to get outside every day, get some fresh air, sunlight, and a little bit of movement every single day, even on my rest days. I'm personally going to be targeting 4 to 5 workouts a week. If I was intending to work out every single day, that would just be so unrealistic for this time of year. But honestly, just in general, rest days are really important. So I would probably never participate in a fitness challenge that requires like an actual workout every single day. The workout split I'm going to be using is one I've actually been using for years now. It's from my workout guide, Ignite. So it's 5 sessions every week, 1 lower body lift, 1 upper body lift, and then the rest of the sessions are a mix of high intensity interval training, so cardio, mobility, Pilates, and challenge workouts. I think it's the perfect time to be going through this program because it was designed specifically to get maximum results in minimal time if you have a busy schedule. About half the workouts can be done from home, and the other half you probably want to be at a gym unless you have like a really sick home gym setup, which is perfect for me right now because I feel like that is one of the excuses I tell myself during the holiday season is like, oh, well, I'm traveling, I can't go to the gym, I don't have a lot of time. We've got that covered. So if you'd like to pick up a copy of the program, you can use the code reignite20 to get 20% off. I will say this, you definitely don't need to buy a plan, but I think you do need to have a plan. So sitting down, writing out all the sessions you're gonna do over these next 45 days, it makes it so much easier to stay consistent when you don't have to think about it. It's already planned and right there for you. Now, I just wanna be clear that everyone's schedule is different. So 5 days a week is not essential by any means for doing this challenge. It's whatever is gonna work for you and make the most sense for you. That's just what I'm targeting because A, I know I have the time, and B, I've done that kind of split before and it really works for me and gets me really great results. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about the lifestyle habits I'm going to be implementing during the challenge. So first thing, in bed by 10 p.m. This is important for the next goal, which is to wake up every morning before 7. You might be laughing at the goal of waking up before 7 because that is a very normal time for people to wake up, but I sleep like a teenager. If I didn't have an alarm or someone to wake me up, I could sleep until 10 every single morning. But I do feel incredible and feel so much more productive when I'm waking up early early and going to bed early. And especially with the time change and the sun setting so early, like what am I doing? I'm sitting in the dark 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. I'm not doing anything good, I can tell you that. The next one is one I tried to start today and already failed at, which is no social media before noon. This one is going to be so hard for me because I have gotten into a terrible habit of scrolling first thing when I wake up. I will lay in bed for a solid 20 to 30 minutes scrolling on my phone, and it absolutely destroys my morning. There's a scientific explanation for this. So when we scroll on social media, it drains our dopamine, and the more our dopamine is drained, the more we want to stay on social media to kind of like soothe ourselves. If you're not familiar, dopamine is the motivator hormone, so it's kind of that get up and go to achieve our goals. So in the morning, that would be like getting my workout done, making my to-do list and my daily plan, like getting my work project started. I personally don't plan to give it up completely. I do think it's actually very enriching to my life, but I would never open Netflix at 7 in the morning and start watching a show, you know? So why am I doing that with my social media? I need to have similar boundaries around social media that I do around like watching TV or movies, things like that. The last thing I'm gonna be doing has to do with my calorie deficit and weight loss goals, and I'm just gonna be doing daily weigh-ins. It just helps keep me motivated to see that I'm making progress and make sure that I'm actually getting closer towards my goals, because if not, obviously it's important to know that so you can reassess and kind of change your plan a little bit. Okay, I just need you guys to know, I am so tempted to throw a bunch more things in there, but we are not doing that anymore. I have such a bad habit of overcommitting. I'm trying to work on that. So now that we've run through that plan, I'm gonna take you through a day in my life and kind of share how I'm implementing these habits, and I guess my day one of this challenge. So starting off with a workout, I'm gonna be sharing one of my favorite workouts of all time. And I really do have a love-hate relationship with challenge workouts like this one. I mean, first of all, they're honestly so much fun. I feel like when I'm caffeinated, I'm energized, the music is pumping, like it's a good time. But you also really need to be in the mood for it because they're hard and they require a lot of energy. I'm gonna finish my pre-workout caffeine and I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, the way this workout is structured, there are 10 exercises and you perform 20 reps of each exercise. And once you finish those 20 reps, you're done, you move on to the next one, and you basically just rest as needed. So whether that's within a certain exercise or between. And of course, it's called the 200 rep challenge because when you have finished it, you'll have completed 200 reps. So there's a mix of cardio, weights, a little bit of core. It's pretty balanced. Looking at it, I'm a little bit nervous, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna sweat. It is so dark and gloomy and depressing today. It's the perfect start to a winter arc challenge for the weather to just be so depressing. We're starting with burpees. So. You set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body. And this is just the first exercise. Squat jumps now. I feel so bad. My boyfriend is downstairs in his office and I'm like jumping. He said it was fine. I'm trying to jump a little bit softly. 20 squat jumps. Maybe I can do all 20. Unlikely. Okay, my legs are dying. Next we have dumbbell shoulder press. Unfortunately, I only have one dumbbell, so I'll have to do one arm at a time. The main cardio of this workout is already done, so that's great, but I'm dying. Oh man. And now I have lunge jumps. Can you hear my heart beating through this microphone? I wouldn't be surprised. Now we get to cool down a little bit with some high plank shoulder taps. Next up is dumbbell goblet squats. I only have a 25 and a 50. At the gym, I would probably use like a 30, 35. We're gonna go with 25 today because we're doing such high reps. I'm just gonna show you really quickly how I get a dumbbell up. This matters a lot more if you have a very heavy dumbbell. Basically, I will just stand it up like this, lift it, my knee under it, shift my grip under, and then pull it up to here. The good news is that we are more than halfway done. The bad news is we still have 4 exercises. I'm just doing these on the floor so you can see me a little bit better, but you can do these standing up as well. Next up, we're gonna do some floor glute bridges. I'm gonna be using a band and a dumbbell. I find that the band puts a little bit more tension on my outer glutes, especially when I'm thinking about pushing my legs out against the band. And then the dumbbell on top of your hips also makes it more difficult, but you can do these body weight as well. Our last 2 exercises are both core, double leg raises, and then bicycles. I wrote a note in the guide. The bicycles are meant to be slow and controlled, which makes them way harder. 20 more reps and that's it. We got it. We got it. Could my form be better on those? Absolutely. It's the last exercise, you know, I'm dead. I'm gonna make these my 10 best reps of the whole workout, okay? Here we go. 200 reps. We did it. I am so sweaty. I really need to go take a shower, but I wanted to debrief that workout really quickly. Starting this 45-day challenge with a sweaty, intense challenge workout was the perfect way to kickstart everything. I just feel like sometimes I need like a hard, intense session to get into the mood and to get excited about working out again. I feel like it's kind of counterintuitive because you'd think, oh, a hard session, you would not want to do it because it's hard. But sometimes I find the opposite to be true. I want an intense, challenging, interesting session to get me in the mood. If you're doing the 45-day challenge with me, I highly recommend just kickstarting with a tough, sweaty session. Like, it just gets some good energy going. I think it's so fun too because you can like swap around the exercises depending on what equipment you have or what you're in the mood for, and just kind of use the 200 rep structure. I'm gonna take a shower and I will chat with you after for a post-workout smoothie. Okay, this is gonna be my post-workout smoothie. I am making a double batch because my boyfriend has requested a serving. So I'm gonna do one of my favorite recipes, but make it a little bit more calorie deficit friendly. I'm gonna put the macros and calories for the smoothie up on the screen in case anyone's interested. I did get a request for that on my last video. Let me know what you guys think of that. I know a lot of people don't care about that and they maybe don't want to see it, so I try to be sensitive to that, but also if you are also in a calorie deficit, I know that can be really helpful. So I always spill that. Thank God I saved those 3 drops instead of just using them the last time I was using the milk. Okay, he has to go to a meeting in like 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna rush this down. For mine, I'm gonna do a little peanut butter on the edge of the glass because I just think it tastes so good. In a calorie deficit, I feel like a lot of people would avoid peanut butter, which is reasonable, but I just love peanut butter. Oh no. I swear I wipe my counters like 500 times a day. I'm just constantly spilling. You know, I'm not a great cook, but I do make a mean smoothie, so at least there's that. It's looking very gray on camera. In real life, it's a lot more purple. Just trust me on that. And this is what I do. I just like scrape it with my straw, so you get a little bit in every sip. You can also make this with almond butter. I love doing that. Chocolate protein is also very good, and you could do an acai packet in there if you have some extra calories. That adds a very nice flavor. Oh my God, the peanut butter. When I'm in a calorie deficit, I prefer to put the peanut butter on the sides of the cup rather than blend it in because I feel like when I blend it, I can't really taste it. So for the actual base, I add a little peanut butter powder because it's a lot lower calorie. You gotta find the things that are important to you and prioritize them. You know, obviously you can't prioritize everything because we only have so many calories in a day if you are tracking, but you guys, I had to come sit by the window because it is so dark and gray and sad. I mean, can you see that? It's like noon. Why is it pitch black outside? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I wanted to chat a little bit about what I'm doing to track everything I've committed to for this challenge. So I love habit tracking. The main reason is if I don't track, I literally just forget. There's also something so satisfying about checking off your habits, which I think is nice to like build that momentum. The way that I'm doing my habit tracking is in my Notion life planner, which I'm actually going to be dropping a few weeks from now. And I'm so excited. I've been testing this out for the last couple months, just making sure it is perfect for you guys. Yes, I have spent way too much time on it. I actually showed my boyfriend the Notion template the other day and he looked at me and he was like, respectfully, what is wrong with you? I am such an over planner, but it's fine because I know I'm in good company. I know you guys watching are probably also like color coders, planner people. The girls who get it, you know, it's fine. So I'm just gonna show you the daily habit tracker, and essentially how it works is you can edit your daily habits and then there's a button. So with one click, it will add all of the habits for today. It'll autofill today's date and then you can just check each one off once you're done with it. Here is the habit tracker, and I've already pre-added all of the habits I'm gonna be focusing on for the 45-day challenge. If you end up getting a copy of the template for yourself, there's instructions of how to customize these habits depending on what you're focusing on. But look, how fun is this? and there they are. So today, so far, I was up like right at 7. It was close. I'm gonna give it to myself because it's day one. I did weigh in. I did not hit this one. I mean, it's fine because it's day one, so we will do better. It was genuinely an accident though. I just opened my phone out of habit and started scrolling. So I need to put some kind of blocker or something on my apps so that I remember that I'm trying not to use social media before noon. I got my workout. Okay, so for the rest of the day today, I need to take my supplements, which I'll go do right after this. I need to go on a walk, and then I just need to finish out my calorie tracking for the day and make sure I'm in bed by 10, which I've actually been doing okay at that the past few weeks. I've been really enjoying it, honestly. In my old age of 25, I love an early bedtime. My dream night, I will go up and get ready for bed at like 8 o'clock, and then I'll just watch YouTube videos, play on my phone a little bit, and then fall asleep by like 9:30 or 10. It's the best. I thought it'd be fun to run you through my supplement stack really quickly. I do get some questions about that. Creatine and calcium and vitamin D are year-round supplements for me. This one is really important for bone health, especially for young women in your 20s. You are building your lifetime bone strength. Creatine is probably the most researched supplement on the market. It is incredible for brain health, building muscle, exercise performance. It is just amazing. And I find it to be a little bit grainy in water, so I just dry scoop it, which is awful, but it's over a lot faster, and then I don't have to do a dish. So that's a win-win. I'm just now realizing that my calcium also had vitamin D in it. For some reason, I've been taking more vitamin D. So actually, we're gonna cancel that. Okay. Especially during cold and flu season, or during a time period where I'm really stressed, busy, traveling, whatever. I do like to give my immune system a little bit of extra support with vitamin C and zinc. I have fortunately not been sick since August. It was one of the worst experiences of my life this most recent time I got sick. That's a story for another day, but very thankful I haven't gotten any colds or anything this season. I've been so careful about washing my hands, hand sanitizer, taking my supplements, so hopefully I can continue skating by. You might be wondering, why not just take a multivitamin? And the reason is that I have not found a complete multivitamin that gives me the proper doses of everything that I need, so I would personally rather just pick and choose. It's a little bit annoying to take individual pills instead of one kind of pill that covers everything. Most multivitamins have a lot of cheaper vitamins and very little of the expensive vitamins, because that way they can like list a vitamin on the front even if very little is actually included. The supplement industry, man, it's crazy. Cheers. It's kind of like doing the cinnamon challenge every day. Check and done. I must say that absolutely no part of me wants to go on this walk right now, but I'm being so dramatic about this. It's really not that big of a deal. It'll take me like 5 minutes. I committed to it, so we're doing it. I wish I had more interesting meals to share for the rest of the day today, but I am completely out of groceries and I'm just now eating random things from my freezer. So these are both from Trader Joe's. They sell like a mushroom teriyaki green bean situation. These are so good. They're very low calorie, obviously, but they're really tasty and they're very easy because it's all like pre-mixed, frozen. These are the pumpkin samosas, which unfortunately are fall seasonal and they're gone now, but they do a regular veggie samosa and these are surprisingly low calorie. I think this whole plate is under 200 calories, which honestly, I think is pretty good. I can't lie, this weather is like really bumming me out and harshing my vibe. I'm such a baby when it comes to winter because I grew up in Southern California where it was beautiful, sunny, blue skies almost every day. I'm not built for winter. I'm really not. Anyway, besides me whining about the weather, I'm actually feeling really motivated right now. I just honestly feel like this is the perfect time of year to get myself set up for the new year. I have gotten into this habit in the couple of days before January 1st. I'm like frantically trying to set goals and think about what I want to do in the year and get back on track. Like I've taken all this time off from working out. I haven't been consistent. I've been eating a lot of food by that point usually. So anyway, I'm just excited to get kind of a head start this year. Even if I can't stick to this challenge perfectly, I don't think that's the point of it. I think if most days I'm hitting these goals and checking off these habits, I'm going to be feeling so much better. Hopefully, I'm also going to have a little bit of a physique transformation because that would just be really amazing to start the new year off looking and feeling my best so that then it can become more of a thing of maintaining and building on existing good habits rather than having to start from scratch, because I just find January to be a really hard time to jump back into things because it's cold, it's dark. I really do feel like now is such a good time to start establishing these habits, and to be honest, I just love a head start. I really do. I've been thinking about New Year's since October. which is so on brand for me. I know that's probably a little bit weird, but I just love it. I feel like I really needed some fresh energy, and when in doubt, I love just starting a new program, setting a new goal, starting a challenge for myself. If you've been watching my channel, I've been doing a series called Reignite where I was getting back into health and fitness, and I did start my program and I started tracking my calories and focusing on fat loss. I've just really struggled to stay consistent, and as I've shared, I've just been kind of disappointed with my fat loss results, and I know exactly why I haven't gotten results. I've made a lot of mistakes and I haven't been like fully locked in. So I feel like this is my chance. Last 45 days of the year, what can I get done in that time? At the end of this year, my goal is just to find that balance between prioritizing myself, my healthy habits, but also obviously I want to enjoy the holidays. It's a fine line for sure. I don't know, for me, it's not about being perfect. It's about making progress and just finding ways that I can focus on myself a little bit while still being present, not like restricting myself or making myself miserable. There's got to be somewhere in the middle, right? Leave a comment and let me know if you are going to join the challenge with me for the next 45 days. I really do love the accountability, honestly, and it helps me to stay consistent knowing that you guys are doing this with me. Anyway, I have talked your ear off, so I'm gonna wrap things up, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope hearing about my plan, habits, and kind of how I'm structuring this challenge for the next 45 days was helpful. I really hope you can take some inspiration from this if you feel like you've been in a rut, struggling to stay consistent, if you wanna just lock in for the next, about 6 weeks. I really do think that's the perfect amount of time to like see really good results, but it's short enough that it feels realistic. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So anyway, if you'd like to see more from me, make sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every week, and I will see you next time.